Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or welcome to another episode of FPL Don't Panic. This one following on very quickly from the last one, with good reason. I did it, folks. I did it. Some people call it a rookie error. You don't do early transfers. You wait until near the deadline. And yes, technically, I know that is correct, but sometimes you have to roll the dice, I think. As I was saying in the last video, I've been thinking about this strategy for a while. I've been building towards it for a few weeks by bringing in Ahmad early, bringing in Virgil early over the last week or two to start building the foundations of it. As I say, this morning when I was listening to a couple of the content providers, Gianni and FPL Mate, etc., who absolutely superb content providers, I think, they're all heading in this direction. But they can't do it without 3, 4, 5 transfers. I can get there pretty much in 2, but I'd have to take hits to do it. I want to stay ahead of the curve on this. So yeah, I've taken the hit. The other reason for taking the hits is I did actually run everything through my spreadsheet and also how much it was going to cost me, and I only have exactly the right amount of money to do it for what I want to bring in my last player that I'm not taking a hit for. The other reason, and this probably was key in it, to be honest with you, it's the first time since I started, since the beginning of the season, as you've seen me in the past, running my numbers through my spreadsheet, trying to come up with a team that sort of hits a 70-point average. And I'm usually hovering around the 68, 69. It's the first time I've actually put a team through, looked at their 5-game week played averages, taken the median, etc., where it has come out with an over 70 result. It actually came out at just over 71. That doesn't mean it's going to hit 71 every week, but it's certainly showing it's showing a significant uplift by a couple of points, and a couple of points over 5 game weeks will pay for the hits, because I will need to roll quite a bit once I've got Allison in for Henderson. I'll need to roll 3 or 4 towards my 21, 26 game week strategy. I've always got a strategy, 5 game week strategy. So anyway, it's done. So in brief, running through the team. Still got either Fabianski or Henderson for next game week. Hopefully it's only 1 game week because I have got exactly enough money. I've still got 1 million in the bank that brings in Allison. I've decided to go with Allison as opposed to Raya and have the Liverpool defender and goalkeeper as my 2 double up on Liverpool, because I think Allison will get more save points, so I think that could be a little bit better than Raya there. I think Arsenal are a little tighter at giving shots away, also at 4.4 is perfect. I've got exactly the money that I can bring him in. But the other reason, this is probably more important, I think, why I'm going double Arsenal outfield defenders, is just purely for the goal threat. I think Virgil is a decent goal threat. He's nearly got on the end of a few good corners, so I'm not saying there's not going to be some good threat there from a Liverpool defender, maybe picking up a few returns. And Virgil's dual return, I reckon he'll get me 1 or 2 in the next 5. But the corner kicks and set pieces is such a massive part of Arsenal's armoury. It is a go-to move for them. They're practically celebrating corners when they win them because they know they're going to cause chaos. And I just think there's going to be more of a goal return from the Arsenal duo. Now, the one dark cloud there, obviously, is I still don't know what the situation is with Gabriel. Hopefully, we get news this week. Not overly worried about it in the short term. If he doesn't end up playing, I've got Hall on a fantastic fixture to come in for that from Leicester. So, which is, I think, is a good option, a reasonable chance of at least a clean sheet there. And he's got a little bit of attacking intent Hall, so you never know. But as a back 4, my main back 4, can't tell you how happy I am with that, and really excited to see how it goes over the next 5. I just got to keep my fingers crossed for Gabriel. I guess in a worst case scenario, if he is out, then I can do a direct move to Saliba very easily. But fingers crossed, that's what rolls out this coming weekend. Spoken about my midfield in the last video, I won't go on too much about it, but just in brief, I've got Salah, Saka, I've got Enzo. Enzo has returned in 5 out of 5 of his last matches played. It's 4.9. He rotates beautifully with Ahmad, who I brought in a couple of weeks ago. As I was building towards this strategy, built beautifully with that. Ahmad has returned in 4 and 5. Even if Ahmad had to come off the bench against City, I don't mind, because I think he could absolutely rip Gvardiol a new one down that right wing, especially if Gvardiol's bombing forward and Ahmad's getting in behind him. I still think United are going to lose, but I'd still fancy, even if Ahmed had to come off the bench. But the next 5 game weeks, probably actually a bit beyond that, they actually rotate really, really beautifully. And both of them at 4.9. Between them, they've returned in 9 out of 10. Even if I was just getting a return every second game out of whoever I play, that is just fantastic for a 4.9, because it enables everything else. Basically, it's allowed me to now, brought in Isak earlier, as you know already. Brought in Isak now for the hit today, so that's the 4 points. Brought in Jackson a week or so ago, so that's got rid of a couple of my cheapy underperforming forwards, who did do very, very well for me. They were an absolute blessing. They were part of the last strategy, worked fantastically well, but they've had their day in the sun. So now I've got two really two superb forwards with great fixtures. Still got João Pedro. If I need to move João Pedro out, and I don't think I would do that until we've got through the busy Christmas schedule, I could strip down my bench a little bit, and I could probably scrape $1 million out of there and just have 2 4 million playing defenders, or Greaves or someone else or whatever, and we can always make some change to João Pedro. I'm hopeful. I spoke about it. It's just taking him off 20 minutes to go. You keep your best players on the pitch for the last 20 minutes. So that's my big concern around João Pedro. But he's still got 3 really good fixtures coming up. A couple of them are at home, I think. I think that's a decent fixture from at home as well. So hopefully he can get me a return as well. But I haven't really had a return out of my forwards for a couple of weeks now. The days of the 6.5, 5.8, 5.5 forwards, I think that's gone, and we are now going to be moving into this sort of a model, I think. So what I'm trying to do is get ahead of the game. With a really good, strong double Arsenal, double Liverpool defence, really strong front line, and fantastic midfield with a brilliant rotating, cheaper midfield option. Did think about 1 or 2 other players, obviously, in there. Myself, brain's good doing one at the moment. But your Rodgers and things like that. But I actually think Enzo's the best option. He's playing much further forward now. Seems to have got his place nailed into that Chelsea team. Ahmad, I think, is getting nailed. And you know what? I've effectively played with 9 men. Yeah, I effectively played with 9 men the last 2 game weeks and still cracked over the 70. So if they've both got benched in the same week, I'm not going to panic about it too much, to be honest with you. I don't think that's likely to happen, though. I really don't think that's likely to happen, given the form that they are both in. Time will tell. So it is a risky strategy, I know, but he who dares wins. That's what I say. Anyway, let's see what happens. In the meantime, let me know what you think in the comments. If you're new, it's the first time you've tuned in, hit a like, leave a comment, subscribe, whatever you want, really. But hopefully this works. We'll see. Have fun, folks. Play your own game. I don't mind if you copy a bit of this as well. This is why it's nice chatting to you guys. But the most important thing, and I don't think this was a panic move, I think this was just trying to get ahead of the game. Don't panic. Take care. Bye-bye.